In today's Kaipara Lifestyles, we speak to a couple of true all-rounders. Barry and Robyn Searle have a passion for their family, their community and the environment, and they have gone out of their way to make a difference. In 2009, the couple became the first husband and wife team to be honoured in the Kaipara Citizens Awards for the tireless work maintaining Red Hill Cemetery, caring for sand dunes on Rapero Beach and generally helping out. In 2012, Barry was named a member of the New Zealand Order of Merit for his 25 plus years researching, protecting and increasing the Toheroa population on the North Kaipara coastline. And in 2014, his passion for conservation earned Barry the Queen's Service Medal, presented to him at home in Dargaville by Governor-General Sir Jerry Mataparai. Barry said none of it would have happened without the ongoing support of his wife Robyn. Barry and Robyn prefer to stay behind the scenes, and we could film a whole series on them to look at all the projects they have been involved with over the years. Kia ora and welcome to Kaipara Lifestyles. Today we are here at Barry and Robyn Searle's home, and we're going to have a chat with them about how they've contributed to the Dargaville community. Thank you for having us here today, guys.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
So Barry, you're credited with helping replenish the Toheroa shellfish numbers from 130 million in 1999 to 400 million in 2012. How did you do that?
Well, mainly from putting into action what the old people had taught us, both the old Maori people as well as the European people, and it's given us a lot of gratitude to be able to prove what they did tell us did work. And it took a lot of work, but we actually got there from nothing to where we are today. Actually, the survey before we started, the Ministry of Fisheries found one tara over 75 mil in the whole beach.
You have so much knowledge that you've accrued over the years, and you've also been offered an honorary doctorate. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Well, by mentoring university students, and we've actually had a lot, and we'd actually get a van load or 2 van loads of first year students, and then some of them picked out to do their theses with us, and over that we've been able to document the past, what the old people had taught us, and by getting into the document, so if anything happens to us now, it's documented there where anybody else can pick it up and run. And we actually bred tara down in the Lee laboratory. We spattered them we took the live shellfish from here, we actually spattered them in the laboratory and regrew them for 21 days until they'd become little shellfish. And, you know, so it's not just 5 minutes work, you know, 20, 30 years or more work.
So what spurred your interest in protecting coastal environments?
Well, the main thing that spurred both of our interests is that as kids, when the war was on and food was shortage, the beach actually fed us all, and a lot of other families. And when you see a good resource like that just dwindle away to nothing, we just had to do something about it. And when we first started doing it, it was illegal what we were doing, but a blind eye was turned to it, because it is an offence to disturb, not just take. And of course we had to disturb them to relocate them. And I was lucky enough to work the last 2 years of the commercial tara factory, and I was a sidekick to the scientists, so I also gained a lot of knowledge there of how to relocate, because they never took the big tara, they relocated all the big tara, they only took the middle-sized tara for canning. And the big stuff went into the bottom end of the beach, so it reseeded the beach, and the small stuff went back into the bed where we were digging. These 2 simple pieces of aluminium on the floor is what we use for counting the tara on the beach. And we put a line down the beach, and we start at high tide, and every 10 metres we dig a square, and that's recorded. Robyn records that into a book, and that gives us an idea by multiply by 4, which brings us to how many tara there in that area. And along the beach we add it all up, and then it goes through to the statistician, and he works out how many tara is in the beach.
And Robyn, you've been assisting Barry this whole time?
All the time, yeah.
Yeah.
Both been brought up on the beach, you know, we'd go out there for holidays, and, you know, that's where we, you know, not much money around those days and that, and we just went out the beach there and caught fish and dug toras with a spade of all things, and, you know, nice sized tora like this.
Wow.
And, yes, so We've both been around a while.
And you take the family out there and make it a family?
That was like our own families, because the Searles had a batch out there, and the Clarks, which I was a Clark.
Yeah,
we all had a batch out there, and that was where you went for your holiday.
Yeah. And how do you ensure your knowledge is passed on to future generations?
Well, that was the idea of bringing the university students on board with us. The Ministry of Fisheries asked me if I would mentor. That's where it actually started from, because they seen the work what we were doing, and they'd given us a special permit. And so then we started to get the students on board, and the students document their degrees, and their degrees are put into the archives of the university. So the work goes on.
That's great.
We often take our children out, our grandchildren, and we teach them, and you know, we've got them involved, you know, and they enjoy that, you know. They really do, digging tuatūas now, you know, and that, you know, it's really good for them.
And I believe you also fulfil some other mentoring roles in the community.
Well, Robyn and me, really right from when we first got married, took in looking after young ones that the need arose for, and to this day we still do the same. And it's really wonderful to see the journey that these children, including our own, have taken and rose to. And it gives you a lot of satisfaction to, you know, see a young one that you take along and go on to university, go on to be a doctor and whatever. I mean, a doctor of medicine, one of them. Robyn does all the documentary work and she does all the computer work. I don't, because I'm no good at it. So she does all that. So we're actually a team. I couldn't do what we've done with the students without Robyn. There's no way. And it's the same when we come to do the surveys or the counting of the toheroa on the beach and that sort of thing. She does all the book work. All I do is the spade work. But between us we make a team.
So what drives you both to stay so involved?
Well,
I think we don't sit down on our laurels. I think we like to get up and go and help. You know, we're people that like to give rather than take. You know, I have done a lot of knitting for the Starship Hospital. I've done quite a lot there, as well as for Whangarei Premature Ward, and I do a lot of crocheting as well, and I give blankets to everyone that needs them, you know, mainly, you know, the elder ones and cousins and what have you. So, you know, so we're going all the time.
We're people that don't really like to be out in front. We like just working away behind the scenes, and you see something that needs to be done, get in and get it done.
Well, thank you so much for having us here today, Robyn and Barry. I mean, you're amazing people. You've done so much for the community. It's been an amazing experience for us, and we're very thankful that you've given us this opportunity to interview you.
Good.
Well, that's Kaipara Lifestyles for this week, and we'll see you soon.